Does particle size reduction affect baleage fermentation? Let's unwrap the science behind the bale. Imagine this. You've wrapped your perfectly timed forage in plastic, expecting rich, sweet-smelling baleage to feed your hungry herd. But something's off. Could the size of the chopped particles inside your bales be the game changer, or is it just a small piece of a much larger puzzle? Welcome to the world of baleage fermentation, where science, timing, and technique all dance together to create high-quality forage. One question that often arises among hay and forage producers is, does reducing particle size improve the fermentation process in baleage? The answer isn't black and white, but it's definitely worth exploring. Baleage, or wrapped silage, relies on anaerobic fermentation to preserve forage and retain nutritional value. For this process to succeed, a few key ingredients must align. Moisture content. The sweet spot for fermentation is between 45% and 55%. Too dry, and fermentation won't take off. Too wet, and you risk spoilage by undesirable bacteria. Bale density. Tightly packed bales reduce oxygen and promote a strong fermentation environment. Think of it as creating a vacuum-packed lunch for your cows. Particle size. This is where curiosity peaks. Reducing forage into smaller pieces seems like it should make fermentation faster and more effective. But how much does it really help? Multiple studies have taken a closer look at the role of particle size reduction in baleage, and the results might surprise you. Only modest fermentation gains. A study featured on the site found that reducing forage particle size slightly improved fermentation, with a minor drop in final pH, about 0.10 to 0.15 units. This translates to a marginal increase in lactic acid production, the key acid for preserving silage. Moisture is the real MVP. Across studies, moisture content emerged as the most influential factor, far outweighing the impact of particle size. Bales at optimal moisture fermented faster and better, regardless of whether they were chopped or not. Pre-cutter and bale density. While using a pre-cutter may help increase bale density, thereby reducing air and encouraging fermentation, the added density is usually not enough on its own to justify cutting if moisture and wrapping aren't spot on. If you're considering whether to chop your forage before baling, here are some things to weigh. Do it for handling ease. Shorter pieces can make feeding and mixing easier. Pair it with ideal moisture. Don't rely on cutting alone. Ensure proper wilting and timely wrapping. Think beyond fermentation. If the goal is better compaction or easier dairy cattle digestion, pre-cutting may still be worthwhile. Don't expect miracles. Cutting alone won't fix poor moisture or loose bales. In the grand scheme of forage preservation, particle size reduction is a small actor in a big cast. While it may offer some benefits to fermentation and feed handling, it pales in comparison to the heavyweight champions, moisture control and bale density. Think of baleage like baking a cake. Chopping your forage is just sifting the flour. Important? Yes. But the moisture, density, and wrapping are your eggs, sugar, and baking time. So if you want sweet-smelling, nutrient-rich baleage that your herd will love, start with moisture, pack tightly, wrap early, and cut only if it fits your system.